Good afternoon, everyone. We welcome you in this session where, using the case study of Nova University, we're going to explain to you guys in detail the project procurement plan, the project procurement process, why is it essential and why is it key in project management. We all know for our project to succeed, we need a procurement department because they're the one who acquire work, goods, services that are used in delivering the project. So in this session, we have two sections. Section one, we are going to define the primary considerations that are used when we're doing procurement processes, where we're going to clarify the roles and the responsibilities that are undertaken, what we use to determine the goods and processes or services we are procuring and how they are classified, and also how one chooses a suitable procurement plan. In section two, we're going to cover the fundamentals of how we select the buyers or the clients that will procure those specific goods, services that we need for our project. In more information, as I just said, procurement plan or procurement processes help us in decision making, because as the procurement provides all a detailed list of what we will need, it helps us plan ahead, release funds in due time so that we can procure what we needed. It also helps us in decision making to know who we are going with based on the budget that we're dealing with. So hang in there and we take you guys through what you have prepared for you guys and why this is key to invest in project management. We have this quote that will be keep in your back in the back of your mind, as we're going through the slide. No one is making you do anything you don't want. I'm just saying we are all heading for the dog city and we think you should come along. We all know in an institution, as for Nova University, it's a big institute and there is many departments. Hence, we are all aiming for the same goal. It's good we go together. Let's say we combine the procurement department with the finance department, with the risk management department, to make sure all of us we are in synchronized in delivering the project. So before we tap into the procurement plan or procurement processes, these are the key departments that take part in the big decision in procurement and what they do. We have obviously procurement department, and this is the department that plan, manage, and fulfill all the procurement plan based on the goods, works, or services that we need to acquire. Then we have a tender committee. This is a committee that needs to choose an appropriate tender or an appropriate bidder based on what we need to acquire. Also have an evaluation committee. This is the committee that evaluates the bidders or the tenders that have applied for the tenders or the bids that we put outside, and they need to abide to the standards, to be more transparent, to make sure everything is done smoothly and fairly. Also have the finance department, because all those above can't be useful unless you have a finance department releasing funds, and this department is the one, as I just said, responsible to release funds so the payments are done in due time. I'm going to invite my colleague to continue the key steps in the procurement planning process. Thank you.
Thank you, my colleague. As mentioned, we are going to see the key steps in the procurement planning process. There is forecasting as the first step, and arguably the most important step in the procurement process, because it provides the opportunity to link the procurement plan to the overall Nova University strategy. Here we have objectives and the annual budget. defining departmental procurement requirements by identifying all items that have to be procured, assessing the capacity for implementation, or determining the time frame of implementation, presenting realistic annual budget forecasting, taking approval at the CFO and management levels. Note that all the above steps are completed in close engagement of all departments under coordination of procurement departments, whereas next step can only take place when this forecast is officially approved. Now we are going to see how the procurement plan is. Overview. The information provided herein assumes that the required approvals have been completed, both by the agents and by the necessary overview organizations as the project moves through the various gates and phases of its life. The procurement plan should include 6 keys like requirement, requisition, selection, contract administration, closeout, and so on. The procurement process as requirement step. This process should begin at least 6 months, where prior to the start of the next step, which requisition. The requirement should cover the following steps like prepare statement of work, conduct market analysis to gain awareness of the product, services that are available for procurement, determine the type of procurement method to be undertaken, tendering, restricted tendering, request for quotations, request for proposals, and direct procurement. Based on the procurement plan, obtain authorization, proceed from appropriate levels of approval. At this step, the appropriate project plan approvals for projects should be obtained and ensure that sufficient funds are available and approved for the project. Thank you for listening, and let me invite another colleague to continue.
Thank you so much. I'm also going to take my time and take you through the procurement process, but on the requisition step. This stage takes into consideration design, performance, and functional aspect, and identifies major project milestones and create the RFP. The requisition mainly establish evaluation criteria, write clear, concise definitions for each criteria to facilitate a good understanding of its meaning. It developed a detailed, analytically sound scoring plan that explains how a proposal will be evaluated and provide specific meaning of the scoring methodology. It developed a change request management plan and vendor payment plan. It's reviewed by procurement team and with final approval of the RFP by responsible approval authorities, send selection to the respective approval executive for review and approval. Disseminate the request for the proposal document or RFP in acronym via advertisements or through selective tendering. Let me take the next. We are going to the selection step. This stage refers to the systematic process of evaluating and choosing the most suitable supplier, contractor, or service provider from among the applicant or bidders. based on predefined criteria such as quality, price, time, or technical capacity, past performance, and compliance with requirements. Evaluation and selection committee then perform the following: evaluate each vendor competitive position using the submitted documentation. To receive and evaluate financial proposal using scoring method to select best value. Make selections recommendations to the responsible procurement officer. Procurement officer reviews recommendations and draft contract to be forwarded to the respective authority for review and approval. The contracting signing step. This is the step of signing the contract. The purpose of the contract signing step is to ensure that the contractor or the vendors and the products or service delivered comply with the specifications and the contract requirement. Each project should be properly developed and managed under the following performance considerations. Interpret specifications in contract term, ensure that the quality of the product or service is maintained, manage the product warranties, direct change management, resolve contract disputes, knowing that part of the work may be accepted, all of the work may be rejected, or work may be accepted with provisions for corrections in the future. Ensure that all project requirements are completed per contract. Manage contract risk associated with the project. We go to the step of contract closeout step. This is the final phase of the procurement process where Nova University will formally complete and close all the contractual obligations with the supplier or contractor. It involves verifying that all goods and services have been delivered as agreed. Ensure all payments are made. Documentation is finalized and any remaining administrative, legal, or financial matter are resolved. Specific determinant procured in collaboration with procurement and financial team. Consider the following: verify product and service meet acceptance criteria, complete fiscal activities, approve financial payment, notify appropriate account payable office, update project and activity record, close procurement order, which must be including notify appropriate procurement office, update contract file and archive contract file, include completed procurement plan with project plan. Thank you. Thank you for this. I can invite my friend to conclude with our presentation. Thank you.
Welcome. How can we make this together? So this is effectively the process of understanding the stage by stage, as key 6 stage was mentioned. We need to understand who is responsible on what and when this should be done in appropriate time. Most important things from Nova University is that we are broad, but we aim to achieve value for money. So each department, each team that can be formulated, each ad hoc committee that can be appointed must always do in the relevance to the university and also have a projection of achieving what is required. So it's sure that everyone across Nova University has a role, regardless of the title. You know, at some instance, people might be feeling I'm not responsible for procurement, I'm not responsible for acquiring goods or services. It is very relevant to understand what I'm supposed to do and what should be my contribution to this procurement plan implementation. So this is enforcing the empowerment about mindset and action. So we aim to achieve advanced planning, scheduling, and bulk purchasing. You know that when we have a better procurement plan, is the best way we can know when to outsource the order for organization, when to outsource the service for particular event for the organization, instead of acquiring good at particular department or particular unity that can miss the essence of value for money. So thank you for taking time to watch this video. We appreciate your attention to the procurement plan, and we believe that this will give you a good edge to achieve the purpose. Thank you. Have a good time.
Thank you so much. Hope